A couple of quick announcements before we get into the meet the program. If there's a gentleman named Tim Chrisman, he won the long drive yesterday. Catch up with me. I got your prize. If not, I'm claiming it. So, also, if you don't mind, please silence your phones while you're in here. We realize that you guys still have businesses to run back. If you need to take a call after this or during this, feel free to step up, take a step outside, answer your call, and return as soon as you can. If there's any of the 40-year minors standing in the back or in the front, we still have room for people up in the front row. Please come on up. Also, there was a couple exhibit errors in the books, or especially for the exhibitors. We have a print issue. There are some addendums in the back of the room if you'd like to really know which vendors are where. Again, we apologize to the vendors for that happening. They printed out perfectly when we did it, but when we sent it off, there was a communication error apparently in the system. So, small note there. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, get into the meat of the program. And I would ask Joe Weldon from the United Mine Workers Association International to please take a few minutes and provide us for our invocation.
Morning, brothers and sisters. And I can say that with passion and without reserve, I'm also a miner. I have been for almost 40 years. And I know miners are passionate, caring, loving, giving, God-fearing people. And we appreciate that as well. Also, we couldn't be here if it weren't for our veterans. Amen. I want to acknowledge them today. I would ask that all the veterans remain seated and everybody else stand, please. Look around at the ones still seated that you're a veteran and thank them for what they've done at this time. Let's all stand now, please. I have a scripture here that I want to read and then I'll pray. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." You know, we're here to learn about safety today. You know, mining is not just a job, it's a legacy. For all those that have came before you and those that are going to come after you. We have a lot of young guys that are coming into the industry now. We need to teach them right the first time and every time. Amen? So that's our job, to carry on that legacy, to teach them right so that they'll be safe and do it right. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord of all creation, we ask God your forgiveness, your blessings. Lord, that you give us wisdom and direction in all we endeavor to do, Lord. Help us keep us safe, keep us out of harm's way, and acknowledge you in all that we do. For our brothers and sisters here and all across the country, we pray for the miners. We pray for their safety, their health, their well-being, and we'll give you the glory, you the honor, and you the praise. In Christ's name, amen. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Joe. I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to have to ask you to please stand. Hold on. We'll get to it in a second. Please stand. We have a special guest. Again, we have a gentleman named Josh Stowers, all the way from West Virginia, from the Alpha Natural Resources, who's going to lead us in the national anthem. But if you wouldn't mind, please stand for the presenting of the flag.
Forward, march! Halt! Left,
Please be seated. Here's where we take a few minutes to remember a couple of fallen miners in our district this year. Starting first, Benjamin Ballard, metal non-metal, Alabama. On May 9th, 2018, a 27-year-old kiln technician with 32 weeks of experience was burned while lighting a gas-fired kiln. There was a blowback when igniting the kiln, and the miner received burn injuries to his head and chest. The miner succumbed to his injuries on May 28th, 2018. Hoover Grubbs Jr., coal mine fatality, Kentucky. On Wednesday, March 28, 2018, a 29-year-old belt foreman with 8 years of total mining experience was fatally injured while he and a co-worker were in the process of splicing an underground conveyor belt when the conveyor belt inadvertently started. The victim became entangled with the belt splicing tools as the conveyor belt moved. That's too many. But it's a reduction of what we've seen in the past. But still, it's too many. The ultimate goal is 0. We really want every single person to get home safely. Let's take a moment of silence. Thank you. Now let's take a roll call stage. Let's see who's here and from where. First of all, I'd also like to welcome a special guest, Danny Callis, his family, and GNR for a later presentation of the Merit Award. Well, let's get started. Hang on a second, my paper. I'm missing everybody, so you're going to have to help me here. Wait a minute. They changed sheets on me. Because I can't remember all 13 states. Alabama, I'm assuming. Let's go with Georgia. Mississippi? Oh, sorry. West Mississippi? Okay. North Carolina? South Carolina? Tennessee? Kentucky? I forgot where I'm from. I think I'm from Florida. South Carolina? I said Georgia. North Carolina? Puerto Rico? Okay. Wyoming. Wyoming? Virginia? Got a few there. Anybody else? Who else did I miss? Don't be shy. I know I got someone from Plymouth, Minnesota that's moving to Florida, but that don't count. Okay. Do we have them all? Okay, that's all. I apologize. It was my fault. I changed sheets. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Carry on. Tim Osborne, you here? I need you. I'd like to talk to you about our conference app. We're trying to get into the 21st century. The mining world is, and we've got a phone app that has the calendar, the conference. Tim's going to talk to you about that a little bit. Please take advantage of using this tool. We need it for feedback sessions as well. But come on.
All right, you guys, if you haven't downloaded the app, there's a sign up by the registration desk. You can scan it with your camera, take a picture of it, and it will actually take you straight to the guidebook app, where then you can download our guide. If you look through here, there's a lot of different features. There's the card that's up front. There's a lot of different features. Menu system on the left-hand side goes through all that. I encourage you guys to get in there, play around with it. You can set your own. You can set your own schedule. You can see our 40-year miners that we've got out down here up front. Everybody, did you get in there and look at your picture? Did you guys download it? I know all of you haven't downloaded it because I looked at it this morning and there were only 120 some people downloaded. I know there's more than that in this room. I keep hitting that button. Okay, so as you go through here, we've got the sponsors, we've got the speakers, we've got the full conference schedule, and if you guys, you're already looking at the lunch schedule, menus in here as well. Something that we're going to promote this year that we haven't really promoted in the past, but you could have done it, is if you look there at the details for the particular classes, there's a place down there below the location where it says rate this session. We want your feedback. We want to get as much feedback as we can so we can make this conference better every year. So if you go to a class and it's particularly good, give us a 5-star. If you need to work on it, give us a 3-star, and if it wasn't worth your time, give us a 1-star. That way we know how to tailor the future conferences. Okay? It's got the conference map, so if you get lost, you can find your way. And each one of those, if you click on, or if you tap on the individual room, on this one here, we got the Hoover Ballroom, it actually brings up what speakers, and if you go in further, you can find out what topics they're going to talk about in that particular room. So if you're in a room and you want to find out if the next conference or the next class that you want to see is in that same room, you can pull that up. It only gave me 3 minutes, so I got to go through this quick. This is our third year. Is it third year, John? Third year doing this. Our goal here is to increase the numbers so that everybody's getting a chance to get in there, give us some feedback, and I think we're going to actually give away a prize at some point today or tomorrow, and you have to download the app to be able to do that. So if you haven't done that, if you haven't gone through and downloaded the app, get back there. Scan the barcode, and download the app. And if you got any questions, we got people at the registration desk. You can catch me. I'll help you get it downloaded. But what you're looking for is that icon right there that says 2018, and it's got the miners on it. That's all I got. Anybody got any questions about the app? All right.
Thank you, Tim. All right, we're at a very special stage in our program. I'd like to start off with our Life Saving Award recipients. We would usually like to recognize one, probably gets more than one here if we can, but this is the Hero Award that was submitted from the Silbico Red Hill facility. On December 26, 2017, Joe Hollis was taking his break inside the 5th floor operator's office along with Brandon Buchanan. Joe became dizzy and told Brandon he didn't feel well. He reached for the door and collapsed. Brandon called on the radio for assistance from Supervisor Blake Parker. The AED was grabbed and employees began CPR. Employees Brian Gibbs, Rodney Huskins, Scotty Butler, David Ayers, and Bill Swan all assisted in doing CPR. The AED was applied and initiated approximately 5 shocks to Joe. Each shock he showed improvement. The paramedics arrived and Joe was taken to Johnson City Medical Center by way of helicopter. Joe had several blockages and had to have a defibrillator and pacemaker installed. I would ask now that these guys please come join us. With Sam, Pat, will you please provide the word down here? The gentlemen involved in this again are Brian Gibbs, leach operator, Bill Swan, packager, David Ayers, furnace operator, Rodney Huskins, QQ operator, Scott Butler, tank farm operator, and Blake Parker, shift supervisor. Thank you, gentlemen, for your rescue efforts. Appreciate your help in saving a life. Pat and Sam, will you stay there for the 4 years? Okay, now we would like to recognize our 40-year miners. These are 40-year miners that have worked 40 years without a reportable type event, stitches, restrictions, things like that. So we've got a lot of experience here, 32 miners, well over 1,200 hours of safe work. We'll start with the very first one. I'm waiting for it to be loaded. Okay. David Kemp, 40 years, supervisor, GNR Mineral Services, contractor, and he believes why he's made it 40 years is safety is life or death. I pick life. Please step over here and get your award. Kenny, they want to picture with Pat. After you receive the award, please start down here. We're going to have 32 people right in front, so come down to the end. Next we have Jackie Mays, 40 years, bull game lead. Narstar, Young, ML, and Koi Mines. Jackie feels that treating people right and giving them support can lead to a clear mind and work. He also believes that miners who make sound, fundamental workplace examinations can help avoid injuries. Lastly, Jackie feels that it takes miners looking out for each of their brothers to ensure everyone makes it home safe each and every day. It's just part of what we do. Jackie, you here? Okay. James Bryant, 40 years, maintenance mechanic, Argos Cement, Atlanta plant. Working 40 years in the mining industry without a medical injury, some might say that's pure luck. For the beginning part of my career, I might have to agree. However, as time moved on, changes came that opened my eyes to view not only tasks that needed to be completed, but on what was most important thing was the value of human life. It's not only about looking out for yourself, but looking out for others as well. If you feel it's unsafe, then it probably is. Never be afraid to speak up on behalf of the safety, or on behalf of safety. Robert Till, 40 years, supervisor, American Colloid Company, Sandy Ridge plant. Roger says, in early years, I owe my safety success to the advice and guidance of coworkers. They would tell me of close calls. This was before near misses were regularly documented. Some of these close calls were from early years, and some I had to experience witness for myself. After becoming a supervisor, I began to feel the full weight of being responsible for the safety of my employees. The warnings of hazards and teachings naturally rubbed off on me. Realizing that not only did I want them to go home unharmed, but I wanted the same for myself. Roger, are you here? Okay. Next we have Eddie James White, 40 years, excavator operator, American Colloid Company, Sandy Ridge plant. Eddie James says that a lot of his success he owes to Jesus Christ, like when he didn't always have complete control when he was driving the over-the-road truck. He was blessed that no one ever crossed the center line and hit him, and it was due to his constant situational awareness whenever I was operating a piece of equipment. Eddie, you here? Okay. Troy Payne, 40 years, senior mechanic, Mark Marietta, Maylene Quarry. Always staying alert and watching out for teammates because we are all a family. Troy, you here? Yes, he's here. Willie Lutz, 40 years, haul truck driver, Mark Marietta, Maylene Quarry. Communication with employees is the key to his success. Willie, you here? Jimmy Frank Johnson, 40 years, supervisor, Mosaic South Pasture Mine. Taking ownership of safety as well as looking out for coworkers was the key to his safety. Paul Hershey, 42 years, utility operator, Mosaic Wimpy Creek Mine, and his secret to success was always staying alert. Tommy Walker, 40 years, production supervisor, Mosaic, South Fort Meade Mine. Secret to his success was looking out for myself, but also my coworkers. Thank you, Tommy. Next. Jerry Sutton, 40 years, equipment operator, Mosaic, South Fort Meade Mine. His secret to success was clear communication before moving any piece of equipment. Jerry. Jerry's shy of cameras. Shy of cameras. Gary Arnold, 40 years, EHS manager for Emery Ceramics, Gleason plant. He always leads by example. Gary? Jason Hart, 41 years, electrician, CMEX, Southeast Lynchfield Cement Plant. He believes that being conscious about his work, thinking the job through, and obeying all safety rules are just a few factors that has contributed to his safety success for the past 41 years. Thad Barber, 42 years, maintenance tech, Argo Cement, Newberry Cement Plant. That states that hands-on training from early supervisors, not taking shortcuts, and employees always looking out for each other was the key to having a long and injury-free career. Clinton Durham, 41 years, loader operator, Covia, Junction City Plant. Clinton always thinks safety, no shortcuts, and Warrior's personal protective equipment. Pay attention to your surroundings through pre-use inspection of mobile equipment. Always look for unsafe conditions and action while on the job. Always be safe when you come to work, leave work, and go back home to your family safe. Clinton, you here? Benjamin Carswell, 45 years, process operator, BASF, Edgar Plant. Observe close attention to details of the job will keep you safe. Elton Whipple, 45 years, process operator, BASF, Gordon Plant. If you don't know the safe way, research and ask. Next slide. James R. Whipple Jr., 45 years, truck driver, BASF, Gordon Plant. Taking the proper steps will get you the proper results without injury. Elton Buster Grubbs, 45 years, electrician, safety coordinator, BASF, Gordon Plant. Developing safety procedures for everyone to follow every time was the key to his success. Howard Johnson, 40 years, dredge foreman, Pine Bluff Materials, Ledbetter, Kentucky. Taking the time to identify and eliminate all potential hazards to as low as reasonably possible was the key to his success. Barry St. Clair, 44 years, electrical supervisor, Titan America, Roanoke Cement Company. Keeping safety top priority, supporting safety programs that are in place, caring for others, and looking out for your fellow employees at all times was the key to his success. Mike Hope, 42 years, maintenance repair, Titan America, Roanoke Cement. Following safety rules, trying to plan for what you have to do before working on a job in the safest way possible, and watching out for my coworkers was the key to his success. Jesus Sokaris, 41 years, production supervisor, Titan America, Pensuco Cement Plant. No quote. Jesus, you here? Okay. Thomas Burgos, 41 years, production supervisor, Titan America, Pensuco Cement Plant. Thomas, you here? Danny Housewright, 43 years, maintenance, Carmoose, Chesney Mine. He always slammed the task, just didn't know the name. Planned ahead, what would be involved was the key to his success. Danny, you here? Tom Hunter, 42 years, mobile equipment operator, Carmoose, Chesney Mine. No one understand the task, God overlooked and took care of me was the key to his success. Tom, you here. Mark D. Geary, 40 years, controller, Carmoose, Chesney Mine. Attention to detail is the key to his success. Mark, you here. Steve Pennington, 43 years, mechanic, Covia, McIntyre, Georgia. He believes that always being aware of his surroundings and thinking the job through prior to starting work allowed him to work safely all these years. He notes that his coworkers contribute to a lot of his safety success as well. Without communication with other plant members, Steve believes he may not have been able to hit this milestone of 43 years without injury. Steve? Helen Cribbs, 43 years, shop supervisor, Vulcan Materials, Norcross Central Services. My supervisors have instilled safety from day one, and I want to see everyone, including myself, to be able to go home to their families the same way they left home that morning. I just pay more attention to the little things that can always lead to bigger things. It does not take that much time or effort to make sure things are done the right way. Arlie Lewis Jr., 41 years, loader operator, Inkle Contracting Company, Cave Run Stone. Always stay aware of your surroundings while you're working, use good judgment and good common sense. Arlie? Curtis Martin, 40 years, foreman, Inkle Contracting Company, Bassett Stone, and Lake Cumberland Stone. Look for the safest way to do the job. Just don't take unnecessary risks and use common sense was the key to success. Curtis? Robert Freed, 41 years, fines recovery and belt process operator, Vulcan Materials, Columbia Quarry. He is always and continues to be aware of his surroundings and keeps close eyes on his fellow workers. He believes in being safe at work allows you to go home to your family, which needs you the most. If you don't mind staying here, these are our 40-year miners this year that are present.